opening. Meet Meursault. Hello. Welcome. Today we're stepping into the cool, sunlit world of Albert Camus' The Stranger. This is a short, sharp novel about a man named Meursault, and it asks some quiet, uncomfortable questions about meaning, truth, and what it means to care. I'll walk you through the story, the important moments, and the ideas that linger long after the last page. Part 1. A Life in Small Details. Meursault is an ordinary man who lives in Algiers. He works, he eats, he smokes, and he notices the weather a lot. The book opens with a sentence that's both blunt and unforgettable. His mother has died. He attends the funeral, but he doesn't cry. He's more aware of the heat, the sun on his face, and the physical sensations around him than of any big, dramatic feeling. That's important. Meursault experiences life moment to moment. He notices how a cigarette tastes, how the sea smells, or how the light falls on a woman's face. He doesn't narrate his life with big beliefs or dramatic ambitions. For him, life is a series of sensations and facts. Part 2. Small choices, surprising consequences. Soon after the funeral, Meursault begins a casual relationship with Marie, a former co-worker. They swim, they laugh, they sleep together. Simple pleasures. He also befriends his neighbor Raymond, who's a rough character with a violent streak. Meursault doesn't judge Raymond much. He helps him write a letter, a small, practical action without moral commentary. These small, everyday choices set the stage. Meursault's detachment, his unwillingness or inability to lie about how he feels, makes him different from people who rely on social scripts and polite emotions. He's honest in a way that can seem shocking. Part 3. Sun, heat, and a sudden act. One day, on a beach, under blazing sunlight, a fight spirals into a terrible moment. Meursault, armed with a gun, shoots an Arab man. The exact reasons feel hazy even to Meursault. The sun is too bright, the glare disorients him, and the world seems to press in. It's almost like a sensory overload rather than a premeditated decision. He fires several shots. This killing is the pivot. From here, the novel becomes less about what happened and more about how society reacts and how Meursault reacts to society. Part 4. The trial. Not just about murder. Meursault is arrested and put on trial. But the trial feels strange. It spends as much time, or more, talking about Meursault's character than about the crime itself. The prosecutor and witnesses bring up that he didn't cry at his mother's funeral. They present his lack of conventional feelings as proof that he's morally bankrupt. The argument becomes, because he didn't perform grief the way others expect, he must be a dangerous man. Camus uses the courtroom to show how society reads people through expected behavior, not inner truth. The trial becomes a moral drama. The state wants to punish more than the act. It wants to punish what Meursault represents, indifference to social norms. Part 5. Meursault's inner world in prison. In prison, Meursault is isolated. He's forced to face the reality of his situation, but he doesn't turn to grand explanation or religious comfort. Instead, he remembers simple things: the sea, the light, the warmth of a woman's body. He thinks about how life is built from small sensory moments and how people create meaning through rituals and promises, even if those meanings are not absolute. He also has a crucial encounter with a prison chaplain near the end. The chaplain urges Meursault to embrace God, to repent. Meursault refuses. He finds that the chaplain's certainties feel false. Rather than comforting, they make Meursault angry because they demand a performance of belief he cannot give. Part 6. The philosophy beneath the story. Camus' novel is often linked with existentialism and a philosophy called Absurdism. The central idea is this: life doesn't come with built-in meaning. We search for meaning, tell stories about it, and often cover up the raw facts of our existence with rituals. The absurd is the clash between our desire for meaning and the indifferent universe that offers none. Meursault doesn't deny meaning exists, he simply refuses to pretend it's there when he doesn't feel it. Think of it like being on a small boat in a vast ocean. Other passengers sing hymns and point to constellations to navigate. Meursault sits quietly, feeling the sway and wind. He doesn't mock the singing, he just doesn't join it. That choice makes others uneasy. Part 7. Why Meursault shocks us. What makes Meursault disturbing to many people is not that he is cruel, but that he is honest about his indifference. In social life, we use rituals, mourning, promises, professions of love, to hold things together. Meursault's refusal to fake these rituals shows how fragile those social bonds are. The novel holds up a mirror that asks, when we strip away ceremony and pretense, what have we left? Also, the novel suggests our institutions, courts, churches, public opinion, often care less about truth than about appearances and control. The justice Meursault receives feels entangled with moral outrage and social conformity, not simply with the facts. Part 8. The ending. Acceptance, not resignation. In the final pages, Meursault comes to a kind of clarity. He accepts the world as it is, indifferent but honest. He refuses the illusion of a comforting afterlife or a false conversion. Instead, he embraces the reality of his life, the sensations, the immediate world, the sun, and even finds a strange peace in accepting the truth of existence without the safety net of invented meaning. He doesn't become a hero or a martyr. He simply becomes himself, fully present to the facts of life and death. Wrap up. What to hold on to? So, what does The Stranger leave us with? A few simple takeaways. Life is made of small things, sensations, choices, and the quiet facts we often ignore. Society expects performances of feeling. Failing to perform can be judged harsher than wrongdoing. The novel invites us to be honest about what we actually feel, even when that honesty is uncomfortable. And finally, there's a kind of freedom in accepting the world as it is, without pretending there's an easy answer. Camus doesn't tell you how to live. He hands you a mirror and a sunlit beach and asks, when you stand before them, what will you do? Will you perform the part everyone expects, or will you try to speak honestly about what you know?